Today we're going to learn how to replace expensive SaaS tools by building our own AI tools using agentic coding. So the idea is, instead of paying a monthly fee, we can just build our own tools and continuously extend them by adding new features. Owning the tools you use instead of just renting them has a lot of benefits. And in this video today, we're going to use Enterpro to see how this can be done easily. Enterpro is basically an AI development agent that allows you to build fully shippable, production-ready applications within 1 hour by just pressing enter. As the name already says, you press enter and you get a professional application. So this means you don't just get a mock-up or a prototype, but actually a full application that can be integrated with Supabase, Stripe, and other services, also with various AI models, without you having to do anything except for prompting and pressing enter. So this also means that if you decide that you want to use it not just for yourself, but you actually want to build this as a product, you can integrate Stripe and sell it to other people. So I think this is going to be super interesting, but now enough of the talking. If you like this video, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing. And now let us get right into it. Alright, so this is the page of Enterpro when you're not logged in. I need to mention here, for the sake of transparency, that this video is sponsored by Enterpro, so they're paying me to review their product. But of course, I'm going to give my honest opinion on it. I'm not going to just tell you how awesome it is without actually trying it and seeing if it works. So that is the page, and once you're signed up, once you're logged in, it looks like this. In my case here, have a bunch of credits, 3,500 at the moment. You will get 500 credits as a bonus when you sign up using the link in the description down below. So you're going to get 500 credits to play around, and you also get some daily credits for logging in. Now, let us explore the product. What are we going to do here? We're going to just go and create a new project. You can see I already played around with it a little bit. So you just click on this and you can specify what you want to build. Now, you can also see down here we have templates and components. We're going to talk about those here later in the video. But now let us just go ahead and describe an application that we want to build. And this application should have a user authentication system. It should be connected to a database. It should also have some AI agentic features. And we want to have a payment provider. So we want to be able to hook up Stripe and do some payment with it. So the full prompt I have here is build an AI task agent app. The user should be able to specify to-dos and goals with priorities and deadlines. When a task is created, an AI LLM should immediately categorize it to be either business, health, personal, social, creative, or other. Also, there should be an AI button next to each created task that says create subtasks. This should use AI to create smaller tasks below it in a collapsible area. And then the entire application should also have a basic auth system with login and sign up. Every user can only see their own tasks. So we don't have a payment method yet, but we're just going to create this agentic task management app. Of course, feel free to do whatever you want here. You can create games, you can create all sorts of SaaS products. Do something that solves a problem you have to play around with this. And now we have a bunch of things that we can do here. On the one hand, we can just run it and see what happens, or we can use a planning mode. So the agent will plan and confirm everything that it wants to do before it actually starts doing something. We're going to enable this. And you can also switch a model if you want to. So you can just go and say, select automatically the best model that you can use, or you can go with something like Claude Opus, for example. I'm just going to go with auto and see what happens. So I'm going to send this now, and it's going to start building the application. So there you go. Now we have this plan here. You can click this button to see it here in a larger view, and it explains what it's going to do. Build a full stack AI powered task management application and so on. Then it says here, critical before implementing this plan, the following services must be enabled: connect Supabase, enable AI capability. This is something that the tool is going to do for us, so we don't need to do anything. Of course, you need to have a Supabase account that you can connect to. That is, of course, something that you have to do. But besides that, you don't need to connect anything. You just need to give it the permission to do it, and you need to log in. Then down here, you can see the scope, user authentication, CRUD operations. Then you have basic fields, AI auto categorization, AI powered subtask generation, user specific task isolation obviously belongs to the authentication. Out of scope, so what it's not going to do is this, obviously. Then we have the database schema. This is now technical. The cool thing about this tool is if you are technical, you can take a look at this. Otherwise, you can also just go with it. So you don't have to actually code anything, but you can code. You can also manipulate the code it generates. So this actually looks fine. We have the tasks here, and we have also, basic policies, nothing special here. Then we have categorize task and generate subtask. These are the AI edge functions. This is a tool that it's going to use here to connect to the various AI providers. and then it tells me about the structure of the project. So we don't need to look at all this. If you want to, you can. And now I'm just going to say built. So there you go. The first thing that it wants to do is it wants to connect Supabase. So I can just click on connect here. It's going to ask me to choose an organization and a project. If you've already done this before, you can choose one from the previous project. Otherwise, you can just say create a new Supabase organization. This is going to connect to your specific project. So you can set this up in your way. I just have a basic project, connect to Supabase. This is going to use it as a database backend. And now it enables the second component, Enter AI All. So this is their own tool to integrate AI by just talking with Enter, one platform, one type of credits, all cutting edge AI models. So you're basically using their service here. You don't need to provide any API keys on your own. So we can just enable this. And now it also asks me which model I want to use for the task that I provided. So for the summarization and everything, I personally have some pretty good experience with Gemini 3 when it comes to actually using it in applications. So I'm going to provide 2 here. And now it starts doing the coding. Now it creates the database structure and does everything that is needed. Now, as you can see in the development process, it also encounters linter errors and other mistakes, and it doesn't confront me with that. So I don't have to see all of this. It just tells me about this here in the log, and it fixes it itself. So it doesn't need me at all in the process. And now it's basically done. It tells me what it did here exactly. Now I can go back from this view, and in a second here, I should get a live preview of the application. And now we have it, the AI task agent. So the first thing I can do here is log in or sign up. Let's go with an email, test@test.com, and the password is going to be tester, sign up. And user already registered. Yeah, I think because this now connected to a project that I previously had. So let's go with test@test.net. Sign up. And now we have no tasks yet. So I can go and create a new task. Let's see, enter title, go for a walk. This should be quite simple. Just going for a walk. That should be medium priority, create the task, and fail to categorize task. So this is now detected error. As you can see, I can just auto fix. It noticed that there is a problem, probably some API mismatch, probably some different structure expected from Gemini. You can see here what happens. If you're interested in that, you can also take a look at the logs. But what it does here is it automatically searches the logs proactively and fixes everything without me having to worry about this. All right, so we got a new iteration, handle AI errors. Let's see if this works now. Go for a walk, just walking, and then create task. So again, detected error, auto fix. So let's go and give it a try again. Go for a walk, and then just walking, create task. Now the task is created with other as a category. Now, this is probably not a good task to create subtasks for, so let's do something like do a push workout, and then maybe in the description I can say something like bench press, overhead, extensions, shoulder press. I think there needs to be a space. And let's go with something like lateral raises. Create task. And now I can go and try to create subtasks with AI. Okay, seems like we still have a problem here with the subtasks. So let's go and tell it that. Also, the category the AI returns is always other. There seems to be an issue with the AI. And now to make sure that this actually works, let's go and switch the model to Opus. All right, so it says it fixed that, but it says AI fallback. So I'm not sure if the AI feature works now or if it's just going to fall back to some default behavior. So let's see what happens when I click create subtask with AI. Okay, so this looks like a default fallback with plan, research, execute, because I think that it should have done something else. But let's see what happens if I go and say, I don't know, pull workout in gym. This should very obviously be something to be classified in a certain way. We get business as a classification. Okay, maybe that's just the AI not being very intelligent. Let's go and say meet friend. Is this going to be social? Oh, actually it is social. Cool. So it actually seems to work. So this is actually, maybe that's not the best categorization. Let's see if that was just luck. Meet friends on Friday. Create task, social. Okay, if I say work 80 hours on startup, that's business. Read some book in personal time. That's personal. Okay, so the classification works now. It actually fixed a problem. That's very cool. Yeah, so that actually is then just a problem with the AI. Maybe it doesn't have access to the description. So maybe we can actually say that we want that. When splitting, or let's first say it works. Well, let's first say it works. When splitting tasks into subtasks, though, I would like to have this be based on the description. Okay, so it improved the subtask generation. Let's go back to our push workout. Let's go and delete these subtasks. And now let's see if when I click this, okay, it still goes with plan, prepare, execute, complete. Okay, the problem I am facing is that still the tasks are just always split into plan, prepare, execute, complete instead of something based in the description. Let's see maybe what happens if I say morning routine, coffee, read, and meditate or something. Then this is personal, create subtasks. Okay, also does it here. Okay, so it says improved subtask generation. Let's go down to our workout again. I still have the items here, so let's delete them. And let's go and create subtasks with AI. There you go. Bench press, overhead extensions, shoulder press, lateral raises. Perfect. Now it works. So we have a good categorization. Of course, it's still other. I think I don't have a sport category because I didn't specify one. But maybe we can do something now like morning routine. And I can say coffee, then meditate, then read, and then walk. So that would be high. Let's create that. That is health, as you can see, and then create subtasks, coffee, meditate, read, walk. Okay, perfect. It works now. I didn't have to write any code. We did some iterations, but finally it worked. Now, what I want to do next is I want to integrate Stripe. And for this, I'm going to just say, perfect. Now integrate Stripe payments. The subtask feature shall only be available to premium users. For this, I want a Stripe subscription for $25 per month. Free users cannot use the subtask feature. Premium users can. And now you can see it asks me to connect Stripe. So it wants me to input my Stripe secret key here. For this, I have to log into my Stripe dashboard, and I can go and create a sandbox here. So let's say basic Enterpro sandbox, something like this. Create account. And here now I can go down to developers, API keys, and copy the secret key. So once I copy the secret key, I can go back here. I can input the secret key into Enterpro, and I can connect. So there you go, Stripe is enabled. And what it does here automatically for me, I don't even have to deal with Stripe, is it creates a product for $25, which is the AI Task Agent Premium, confirm. Then it creates a database schema for everything. I should be able to see now the product here. As you see, AI Task Agent Premium, pricing 25 USD per month, created that for me. I don't need to know how to deal with Stripe. And there you go. Now we have here the premium wall. It says here upgrade to premium. I cannot just use the tool, so I can still create a task. Let's say walk again or something like this, create task. But I cannot just go and create premium tasks. The categorization works, premium does not work. So now I can go upgrade. I can click on upgrade now, and it says fail to start checkout. Please try again. Let's go with automodel here again. All right, so we still get the edge function returned a non 200 status. So let's copy that, tell it that maybe we should switch to Claude 4. Let's go 4.5 here. Still getting this when clicking on upgrade. Okay, so after a bit of trial and error, I was able to get the Stripe thing to work. Now, I didn't have to write any code myself for this. I just had to report to the tool what is wrong and what error messages I got. So I didn't have to do any engineering on my part, but I did have to do some iterations. So I published the website now. You can click on publish. This is going to publish it to live. You can go to this URL. And here now I'm going to create a new account. You're going to see here already by the auto completion, I did a couple of tests. There I got some errors. Now I had to report them back to the tool. And now we're going to do test 9. That is where we're currently at test9.com. Tester is going to be the password. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to create a new task for my morning routine. And I'm going to say walk, breakfast, coffee, meditate, read. So I'm going to create these tasks and I'm going to go now and upgrade to premium. Again, with sample information here or with fake information, this is going to then do the payment, succeed. Then I'm redirected here to my application. You can see welcome to premium. You now have access to the AI subtask generation. I can see premium here and now I can click on this and there you go. I can generate subtasks using AI. So yeah, again, as I said, it did require some trial and error, but I didn't have to do any coding myself. The good thing, however, is if I wanted to do some coding myself, I can also go up here to the code tab. So I can also, without a problem, go into all the code myself and manipulate it into all the components, into all the logic that I have here, into all the integrations and hooks, and I can just manually edit the files if I think that I want to do something my way explicitly here. I can also do it like this. Now, another very useful feature of Enterpro is that I can just easily give the bot here context by clicking on stuff. So I can go up here to the selection, select to edit, and I can say, for example, that I don't like the way this looks. So I can just select this box here and I can say, make this box here dark blue and make the slider animation of changing very fancy. Now you can also, of course, go with more sophisticated prompts if you want to. I'm just showing you an example here. You can just click elements and they're automatically added as context. And this was now reloaded. And as you can see, this component was changed. And although this is maybe not exactly what I would prefer, so I would probably reprompt this to be changed in a different way, it knew what to change because I just had to click on it. I didn't have to copy code. I didn't have to provide code as context. I can just click on UI elements here and provide them as context. Besides that, another very interesting thing that we can do here is we can work with components. So I can click here on components and this is going to show me a library of things that I can easily add to the chat. So I can, for example, if I like something here, I can just say here green FAQ, that is the component. And then I can say, instead of providing this here, I'm going to delete the div box here. I'm going to select maybe the entire box here. And I'm going to say, put a green FAQ section below the login sign up component. This is, of course, again, a very basic example. You would probably do something more reasonable, but you can do this here and it's going to know what you're talking about. It's going to take the style from this component as inspiration. It's going to put it below the component. There you go. Add FAQ section, and it added it down here. And of course, I can tell it to change the content, but you can also see that the content actually fits with my product. So it's not just a template. It actually tells me here how the AI categorization works, what the premium plan is, and so on. And I was able to easily integrate this component, although probably you wouldn't put an FAQ component down here, but you get the idea. What you can also do here in the Pro version, if you have it, is you can download the code. So you can actually get the code. You can remove the enter badge. So as you saw for the free deployment here, it says built with Enterpro. Actually, you don't see that because my camera is blocking this. So let me move it up a bit. You can see down here built with Enterpro. That is what it shows by default. You get this free deployment here. But what you can also do is you can get the latest version of the code, just download it onto your system. Then you can keep coding yourself from there. and you can also remove the batch, but this is something that you have to use the Pro version for. So yeah, this is our final result. We didn't have to write any code. We could have written code if we wanted to. It wasn't perfect in terms of like one shot, but I also included Stripe. I also included Superbase. You can see that actually I didn't have to do any of the integrations. I didn't have to code the webhook. I didn't have to build the product in Stripe. I didn't have to set up Superbase. I just entered API keys and that's it. Then I described what I want to have. And if there was a problem, I prompted the AI agent to fix it. Maybe it took a couple of iterations, but then it did it all by itself. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned something. If so, let me know by hitting a like button and leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to check out Enterpro, the sponsor of this video. You will find a link to them in the description down below and also in a pinned comment. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you much for watching. See you in the next video and bye.